With this video, we should be able to finish off our basic sending and receiving of drawings with sockets so that we can move on to our RMI collaborative drawing tool. So where do we stand right now? We have the code written for starting up a server. We can receive drawings and then add them in, and we have code for sending the drawings, other than we don't have the drawing itself. And this is a bit of a challenge because we know how to do this. We have code in quite a few places that does this type of thing. For example, when we save a drawing, or when we, the save item, for example. And actually the adding an item, both have to do this thing where they have to get hold of the current drawing and tab. And let's see, so do we use the tree view on this one? Yes, so this one uses the tree view. What about here? We do our current. This one does not. But because we use it, this is just enough code that I don't want to have to be repeating it in multiple places. I could write a separate method. Actually, I'm going to, so that we can make sure we finish this on this video, I'm going to do something which probably isn't quite ideal, and I'm not going to put this in a separate method. We're just going to go ahead, declare a variable for the current index of the tab pane that's selected, and of course if they haven't selected anything, then we can't do anything, and so that's why this is on the outside of this code here. But if they have selected something, we can come back up here, and actually in this case all we need is the drawing. There we go. Re-white space everything, and there's the sending of our drawing, which should be called when we do a send. It gets the current tab, asks us our questions, and sends it over. Okay. Now the question is, does this work? Well, we run the program. Under Collaborate, there is an accept drawings and a send drawings. We have to actually have two programs here because they're working together. So I'm going to accept a drawing on this computer. Now what that should have done is it should have opened up our server socket, and this program should now be sitting here waiting for an accept. So I am going to go ahead and run the program again, and in this one I'm actually going to add something to our drawing. Maybe I'll add, have we made our maze? No, I know we made our text and our rectangle serializable. Our maze probably is too, but let's not press it. So we'll add in some text, and then we can go ahead and add a rectangle. The rectangle I'm going to move over so that it doesn't interfere with our text. I'm going to give the text something different. Let's go back to the rectangle, make it a more interesting color. Okay, and then I should be able to send drawing. And so it asks, what machine do you want to send the drawing to? And well, both of these are running on my local host. And I'm going to give it the title of simple. Now, do we have, oh, we have an exception. Okay, so what happened? What went wrong here? Not serializable. Oh, so one of our objects is still not serializable in this. I wonder if it is the it was obviously trying to write out the drawing. Text, oh, text has not made that. We had made it so that our rectangle was serializable. We have not done the same for our draw text. No, that shouldn't be too hard to do. Remember that the serialization since we can't, the color itself is not serializable, we have to make it transient so that it is not written that way. And instead, we're going to put custom serialization code in here, which is exactly the same as what we had in our rectangle. Actually, we already have that. Oh, so the only thing that hadn't been done, we already have the custom serialization code, but we hadn't labeled the color transient. Okay, simple enough to fix. Let's start from the top. So we run the drawing program, and on the first one, we are going to accept drawings. We run the drawing program again. On this one, we are going to add, that's actually a bug that I'm not real happy about. We have to select something for this edit to work, and we should probably just have it add to the root if nothing is selected. And text, we'll move the rectangle over, change its color, and then we'll try sending it. Localhost, simple. Oh, we have more exceptions here. Maybe I shouldn't. VBox. Why do I have a bad feeling this is also something in the text, because I know that we tested, yep, at transient, and the properties panel is set to null, and if it's null, so I just completely left out all the transients on this. We didn't do those two in videos, so it's not, I didn't do a whole lot of testing on it. Clearly not enough. One more try. On the plus side, it's good to see bugs, but you don't need to see that many bugs. So let's alter our rectangle. Add a text. Oh wait, this is still the first one. Cancel. Problem with manual testing. So we'll accept drawings here. On the second one, we add our stuff, a rectangle, a text, okay, collaborate, send, localhost, and simple. More red text. And what is the issue here? Not on an FX thread. This is actually very good to see. Okay, so what happened here? Remember that you're only allowed to modify the state of something in Scala FX on the main FX thread. And so where is the last thing inside of our code? Oh, actually, there's none of this that looks like it's in our code. So what were we doing? We were sending, and this is on the drawing main. Oh wait, here it is. There we go. Adding to the tab when we add a drawing. So that's inevitably in the start server. When we get this drawing, we add it, which does some stuff that is modifying the GUI. And that's problematic for us because this is happening off in a separate future, not in the main thread. How do we deal with that? Well, we should recall that we run platform.run later, and that will make it so that this doesn't happen immediately. It schedules it to happen whenever the main thread is happy. Okay, one more time. I have to say I'm about to give up on adding the text in here and just add a rectangle and modify it so that we can don't spend so much time on this. Okay, well, this will now be our client. Let's run again. Since I hadn't selected. Okay, so we'll accept drawings on that one. This one we will send drawing, localhost, simple, no errors there. And we have our drawing with our kind of orangish rectangle over here. So that worked. The one thing I'm unhappy about is it said untitled here instead of simple. I'll look into that offline and show you how to fix that before we go into our full-scale collaborative drawing program with RMI.